Hi, this is Adekyn with another Grand Ages Rome campaign mission video. This one is City of Nobles. This is an excellent mission and really requires you to use all the knowledge you have about the game and how the various supply chains fit together and how to make the whole thing piece together because you really have interesting challenges here. You can see the secondary objectives to get 10,000 denarii through trade on a time limited mission is not easy, particularly when you're playing it as we will be this time through with a character having no talents and no estates. So we're just playing this with a vanilla character, and we have to build 30 houses and get that 10,000 denarii to get our bonus objectives. And our primary objectives are to have 60% food, entertainment, and religious satisfaction, and build the Circus Maximus all within 45 minutes of gameplay. So we want to do this by building two communities. One here that we're looking at down to the left and below that first Equites house will be our main community, and then up to the north where we sent the Hastati will be our second community. And the purpose of each one really is to capture those and use those piers that are down there to have ports for trade. So we're going to have we really have to be creative here in how we use our slave camps as well. We want to there are two marble mines on the map. We want to make sure we get both of them, and we want to so we're really going to have we only have 20 slaves to start with that you're given at the start of the mission. And we really need 30 to get what we want, because we've got to have this first one here is to get our main production going, to get that stone quarry that you can see, to get our logging and our brickworks going, and also to use that fertile land there. And then up and to the right of the screen, you can see a marble mine that we want to capture. So we're going to need a second slave camp for that. And then the other marble camp is over here to the left as we're looking at it right now. And we need that one as well. So what we're going to do is actually to get rid of the one barbarian village that we have subjugated, and it's currently giving us all our food, the wheat and meat, and there you go. We just decided to knock it down, and we're going to give up that wheat and meat, so we won't have any food source coming in. But that's going to give us 20 more slaves and 2,000 denarii. And we really need the money right now because we've spent all the money that we had just in our first building here. And so we need that denarii to get us going. And we need those slaves so that we can grab enough marble in order to build the patrician houses, the nice religion, and also, of course, the Circus Maximus. So, and there you see a little mouse slip. I meant to build that brickyard up a little bit. And the whole point of that is I'm trying to build that second slave camp up where it can also get that iron mine in case I wanted it. Now, it turns out we didn't actually use the iron mine, but this way we've got it within our radius of our slave camp in case we want to do it. But the main point was to grab that marble mine right there. So we've gone for an early pier port because we want to get trade going right away. We're never going to have great trade income because we just don't have, again, we don't have any estates, so we don't have a lot of surplus stuff. We're operating on bare bones all the way through this, but we do have some trade that we can get going, and we want to get it going as soon as we can to get that income going because we have to accumulate 10,000 denarii. Now we're setting up the reason we're doing this aqueduct down and then to the right. The down part is you'll see what we're going to do here to jump over and grab that other marble mine, and then of course we're extending it to the right so that we can have a good place to put a fountain in the center of our main community. Our strategy really to get the money going, to get our economy going, and to get the trade that we need is to take advantage of what we are able to produce. That's flax, because slaves can staff flax farms. They can do flax, they can do wheat, they can do pigs. That's it. They can't do olive oil, they can't do wine. So we're going to set up flax farming off of that slave camp in this fertile land here, and then we're going to export clothing. So we're going to have all those Equites houses we've built will be used to staff clothing or tailor shops so that we can create enough clothing to get some good trade going early and get some money coming in. And basically, again, that's taking advantage of what we can work with. We can't create any insulate in this mission. That's what makes this one tough. And so we're looking at what can we do. We can use slaves to do flax. We can use equites to do clothing, and clothing we can export at a decent profit. So it turns out we need 40 clothing in order to even start our trade with the one we have available right here, which is Rome, starting off. So we're going to build up 4 clothing shops. Each one produces 10, so that'll give us 40 clothing. We can then trade that at the port, and that'll get some income coming in. And just as importantly, it'll start that counter. It'll start accumulating the trade income that we need to hit our bonus objective. So we started out selling wood while we were just in a waiting mode, and we're still selling wood until we get to that 40 close. And as soon as we hit 40, which will be as soon as that 4th tailor shop completes, then we'll be able to switch over to the more profitable clothing export. And we'll do that for a while. In fact, actually, we'll just keep maintaining that one. That'll be a steady pace of like 350 denarii coming in, and that'll help us to get to where we need to get. So there we've hit our 40, so now we're going to start getting that 352 denarii per minute coming in from trade to Rome for the clothing. Now, up here we're doing a little leapfrog. We built a logging camp. That logging camp is actually a throwaway. We're just using that so that we can get over to that area where that marble mine is. And we want to have this theater as the center of our community to get our entertainment up. Basically the way we'll do this is we'll have our food and our religion over the 60%. We'll use that theater as a center to get at least 50% entertainment, and then of course when we build a Circus Maximus, it gives you a boost across the map, which will then put us over our 60%. So as long as we can get around 50% entertainment off of that theater, we're fine for our entertainment, and then we'll focus on making sure that the food and religion are high enough anywhere that we build. So we're just kind of looking to see where can we place a fountain. So we're looking good here. A large fountain is going to give us plenty of coverage to give us a large area to build in. And so the main things are going to be just where do we place our food. Well, remember we didn't have we gave up our original food sources, when we knocked down that barbarian village to get the slaves. But we needed the slaves to get that marble mine. We were in a kind of a catch-22. So the solution is you knock down the village, but then you go over here and build farms that then give you back that wheat, give you wheat and pigs, the meat from pigs and the wheat that you can then use for your food. And we have to be a little bit creative in the even in the food department. If you watched other videos of mine, I like to use the butcher baker inn tavern combo. Well, we don't have any flour in this one, and since we can't do insulate, that's yet another thing we can't staff with. There's no way to do a flour mill if you don't have any insulate. So basically, we're going to use the farmer's market, which is one that I don't think gets used a whole lot, but we're going to use a combination of a farmer's market and a butcher shop. That's 2 different types of food. That's going to give us good, solid food for our folks and get us over that 60%. And it takes advantage of what we do have, which is wheat and meat.